It's your boy Gooner in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, what a game, ladies and gentlemen. Eintracht Frankfurt beaten in Germany. We really had a blast yesterday night. After watching the game, I was like, Bukayo Saka, where was this guy, ladies and gentlemen? He plays for under 23s. This 18-year-old is an unbelievable talent. Well, we will be definitely dissecting Eintracht versus Arsenal's game, yesterday's Europa League first encounter for this season, ladies and gentlemen. To some extent, I would really like to elaborate more on that. But first, let me remind you, be a part of this community by joining us in subscribing the channel and hitting that bell icon. You get all the notifications of all the videos, and what you can do, you can definitely get. What benefits do you get from this channel? You can definitely get daily Arsenal content, Arsenal news, Arsenal transfer news, whatever, and anything which is related to Arsenal will definitely be coming your way on this channel. Well, not only that, tonight's evening video we have the roast of the week. That's the every week's special, and we will be roasting Unai Emery's substitutions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now move on with the video because we've got something really interesting for you guys. Arsenal versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Arsenal won against Eintracht Frankfurt. It was not a 1-0 victory, it was not a 2-0 victory. For the first time this season, we had a convincing victory. Although I could have expected 2 more goals. Had Aubameyang put that one that Chambers had provided him, I would have definitely, that was bread and butter. That was like, it was very simple. I mean, you're just opening the jar of Nutella, you're just removing the peanut butter, and then it just slips out of your hand. That's exactly what happened. It was so easy. It was just like peanut butter into your mouth. Aubameyang just had to do the finishing touches. That is like an everyday job for Aubameyang, and he just spilled it. To which I think, yeah, that was a mistake, but Aubameyang was lit in that game as well. Though I expected more from him, but I think he was providing a great bit of support to those youngsters, ladies and gentlemen. Well, without any further ado, let's move on to the individual player performances. Number one, the first thing that I'd really like to appreciate is Callum Chambers, ladies and gentlemen. Well, he is showing everyone what are football basics. You put him wherever, you put him in the midfield, you put him in the full-back position, you put him in the centre-back position, he will do only his basics. And trust me, he is a very good squad member. And even if you think that what can Arsenal go with in the near future if they're building a squad, I think Callum Chambers deserves every spot for the next 5 years. Why? Because he does his basics right. You can see Joel Matip in Liverpool. He doesn't boast to be something really special. He does not have a very good height. He does not have a good dribbling skill. But best part is he does his basics right. And he's beaten Joel Gomez, ladies and gentlemen, to get the regular spot for Liverpool. And out of the blues, he scores a header against us. He's good in the air as well. And I really like the players like Joel Matip who just concentrate on the game and take every game as it is and don't boast about, or they're quite underrated according to me. And even Chambers is underrated in that defense for Arsenal. Be it centre back, I would want him to start regularly. As a full back, I think he was better than Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Except for the fact that the first game that we played, Ainsley got an assist for Aubameyang's goal. Other than that, I felt Ainsley does not make a good case as a good right back to start for Arsenal every game, in and out, even in the Premier League. I think Chambers was really solid in that position. Why? Because there was clearances. This game, we could see that the previous game at Watford, it affected the players a lot. And you could see in their performance that they were clearing the ball. And it was so good to see. They were, Arsenal mixed everything. I think they were playing out from the back slightly, but most importantly, they were playing long. And Emiliano Martinez, oh my God, this game, according to me, there are 2 man of the match performances. But let me just explain to you the first one. Emiliano Martinez, unbelievable. He is so confident. I never seen a player who's gone on to loan and be so much confident, so much so that his performances will give headaches to Unai Emery. And probably, I think if 1 year, if he does not protest for regular football, I think definitely next year is definitely going to, because he deserves to start in any team in the world. That is the sort of confidence he showed yesterday. The biggest problem is that I felt that we are the Manchester United with a crippling defense, and we have David De Gea kind of a figure in that back who is not at all, Bayern Leno parried for the first goal for Tottenham. Had it been Emiliano Martinez, he would have really not committed that mistake. Not that I'm saying that Martinez is better than Leno, but his catching abilities, I mean, it was really good. Even I remember in yesterday's game, Paciencia, when he had come, he had a chance, and out of nowhere, Kostic came in, so that he thought that if Emiliano Martinez does not gather well, and if that falls out as a rebound, he could go and score the first goal and draw Eintracht level 1-1. That never happened because all the ball that was coming in Martinez's way, he was just catching it. Unbelievable goalkeeping. I want him, obviously, I want him to start for Arsenal. Really, I'm just wanting him to start a Premier League game because that guy is cool as a cucumber. Moving on, the centre backs, ladies and gentlemen. I could not believe that it took Shkodran Mustafi to get us a clean sheet. That is so ironic, ladies and gentlemen, but I have to say this, Shkodran Mustafi had his moments. He just does it, one of the corners where he fouled the opposition player, that corner got wasted, and then again, right outside the box, he gave a free kick. There were his moments. That's what Shkodran Mustafi is all about. He is just going to foul you and give you more and more free kicks. That is the problem of Shkodran Mustafi. But if you bar that, his performance was decent enough. More decent. I think, no, he did not commit much of the mistakes except for giving up free kicks, which is obviously his forte. But other than that, Shkodran Mustafi came up with a solid performance. And I believe not getting more game time definitely got to him. And he has stepped up when it was required. Moving on, David Luiz, ladies and gentlemen. David Luiz was so good. So good, so decent. He had his errors, he had his moments where he definitely created certain error prone, where he moved out of his position and Torreira had to do his job going into the centre back position. But I think providing the long balls, there were one or two moments where he actually found Saka. It was really good to see the long balls, at least he gives pinpoint balls as well at some point of time. So I think it was good. Sead Kolasinac, ladies and gentlemen. See, the problem is when Sead Kolasinac is starting for Arsenal, because we know that we don't have Kieran Tierney completely fit. When you go out to these kind of games, even the last game against Watford, every team is worried about Sead Kolasinac as a threat. He is not left to roam freely on that left flank. And everyone is compact, and that's the reason why Kolasinac did not attack for the first 60-70 odd minutes. He did not attack because there was no space for him. So I think if Unai Emery is thinking that Sead Kolasinac is a good attacking option, probably every team is worried about what Sead Kolasinac brings, his crosses brings. So I think that's the whole reason why he was not given that much amount of space. Same thing also will be followed by Aston Villa when we meet them on Sunday. So I think everyone knows what Sead Kolasinac brings in for Arsenal. So they are compact more on the left flank. That is what I saw. But other than that, I think Kolasinac was okay. He was winning more and more throw-ins, trying to play the ball on the opposition, and then the ball went out. I think he was good in doing that. But oftentimes I saw that during the counter attack, I know the Eintracht did not take their chances well, and Andre Silva, he's continuing his poor form from AC Milan, so I don't think so. I really don't think so that Eintracht actually capitalized on anything that came their way yesterday. But moving on, I think Sead had an okay game. I won't say. I think he's only more lethal. I know defensively he does not offer much, but he was okay yesterday. Had some clearances when there were more shots coming inside the box. He was doing his job. But other than that, offensively, very he was quite cold. Didn't have his moments at all. Moving on, let's move on. I think I always suggested Unai Emery to go back to his previous formations or something like that. But the most important aspect of any formation is a midfield. I wanted him to go back to a two midfielder position, to which he did. He obliged, and he just went on with Torreira and Saka, and how well they both perform. Let me go individually. Torreira. We are seeing something different this season. Torreira last season was all about maintaining position, maintaining that terrier kind of an footballing mentality where you stick to a player, go, run, either win a foul or get the ball, somehow keep the possession and get the ball. But he is actually given license to thrill. He is definitely told, go with the ball if you can go forward, and Torreira is good in that. But I believe if Torreira is going to do that, Xhaka is definitely going to stay back, and to which he did. Granit Xhaka had a very good performance yesterday. I am in love with that guy, because that is the sort of performance that I seek from Granit Xhaka. But it is all about Granit Xhaka is turning out to be the next Mesut Ozil. On his day he's going to perform, but on his when it's not his day, he's just going to fuck up. And that is a sign of mediocrity. That's not a sign of being a world class player. World class players perform irrespective of the opposition, irrespective of whenever the game is, and irrespective of whoever is in front of you. You may be skillful, but I am a world class player, so I'm going to get that ball out of your feet, and I'm definitely going to push that ball forwards. That is exactly what you want to see from a world class player. And this is why we criticize Granit Xhaka. Other than that, initially we want him to be consistent with these kind of performances, to which I think he's got his fair share of chances. I'm the biggest criticizer of Granit Xhaka, but I would definitely give him credit for what he's done yesterday. He was wow on that midfield, winning tackles, winning the balls, making the right kind of tackles, and most importantly, not getting booked. What just happened? I mean, what happened to Granit Xhaka? He was the most disciplined player, and I just don't know what changed. What are the changes? Why did he change like that? I think it's really good being an Arsenal fan to see for a change that Granit Xhaka is not getting booked and Granit Xhaka is doing something really well. I was really, really happy. Moving on, I think since that happened, the whole midfield was then required to be more and more active. That's where Unai Emery changed the whole game. He put up three bang-on youngsters, Emil Smith-Rowe, Joe Willock, and the star of the show, Bukayo Saka. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, Emil Smith-Rowe had a poor game, and it showed that he was quite scratchy from the start and scratchy till the end, and most importantly, he got tired. He really got tired after 55 minutes, 60 minutes. He was tired. He was getting the balls. He didn't won the ball. He was just getting the balls from the Eintracht's mistakes. But the problem is he could not find any of our players, or there were certain times where while turning, he just couldn't find the ball, and he was quite scratchy. And I did not like the way the Emil Smith-Rowe, which I saw last season in the Europa League group stages. I did not see that kind of a performance, though I expect a lot from him. Not only him, I think we expect a lot from the way he captured all the performances last season. I expected him to perform really well, and in these stages, obviously, we need to support him as fans, but he needs to take those opportunities. Probably it's because of the injuries that he's been suffering from. Probably he was not quite fit to do this, but I believe he's got two more opponents against which he can definitely shine, and I believe he should get the chances, because I think he plays good centrally. I believe, when he gets the ball, he turns and shoots. That would be a better position for him rather than going more towards the right hand side. Probably that would help. Let's see if that's going to happen or not. Moving on, Joe Willock, ladies and gentlemen, an unbelievable first half goal. Though he should have added more, but the problem is that Eintracht, Hinteregger, who got the foul, but Hinteregger was really good, and he did not let much of the shots get in the back of the net of Frankfurt. Though because of that, but we got the first goal, and that was really great from Joe Willock. He claimed the goal, though it was an own goal, but I think it was really great of him. But he was really powerful. The problem with Joe Willock, Emil Smith-Rowe, and there's a difference between them and Bukayo Saka. I'll tell you what the difference was yesterday. Emil Smith-Rowe got tired within 55-60 minutes. Joe Willock was bang on tired after 60-70 minutes. That is the same thing which I saw in the Premier League games that he started also. He's getting tired. It's because of the intensity of the game. It's because of the opposition team being so physical and opposition team making him work more. The workload is too much that you can see that these guys are getting tired, and that's the difference between the younger players and the players who actually played the topmost level of football. And I think he needs to work on that. But other than that, Joe Willock was splendid. Let's talk about Aubameyang, because stars like Saka need to be getting a bigger paragraph than the others. Aubameyang, ladies and gentlemen, was really a father figure for all the players that they were there for the attack. there were certain situations wherein he got caught up. There were certain situations where the defenders had a had a better piece of him. They made perfect. There was a chance when Aubameyang should have scored, but Hinteregger made a very good block, and it was really good to see that. But otherwise, coolly done. But otherwise, we know what Aubameyang brings to the plate. I think it was really great of him to perform like that. That third goal was really good, cool as a cucumber. Kevin Trapp couldn't do anything about it, and most importantly, I believe. And Aubameyang actually pounced on it, but there was one chance which I mentioned earlier in this video as well. Chambers was so good in one of the counter attacks, and it was so great to see him. To which Aubameyang could not finish well. Sadness, isn't it? Moving on, we have something really special for you guys. Bukayo Saka, ladies and gentlemen, 3 cheers for Bukayo Saka. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. Because this youngster was devilishly ready for this game. It was unbelievable to see Bukayo Saka on that pitch, fighting like a warrior and getting those balls. He was winning his take-ons, ladies and gentlemen. It was so good to see. And one of the player was sent off. It was so trickery from Bukayo Saka because there were two players. Obviously there was one of centre backs, and this guy is coming in. What Bukayo Saka did, he could have ran down the flanks and definitely would have stopped on his way as well. But he tried to get in between those two, and he made sure that there was a contact. If that was planned, Bukayo Saka is a genius, because, ladies and gentlemen, that player who got sent off was already on a yellow card. He got the red card, and he was said, "F off, my friend. Off the pitch you go." And that was exactly a great kind of a sight to see somebody else for a change getting booked rather than an Arsenal player. It was really great to see. But other than that, that finish, Nicolas Pepe's pass, and he just scored a worldly for me, because out of the box, that was an unbelievable finish. You see those kind of finishes from Lacazette, you see those kind of finishes from Aubameyang, and now, other than Eddie Nketiah, you have another striker much better than Danny Welbeck, ladies and gentlemen. But let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. Bukayo Saka reminded me of Alexander Lacazette. That work rate, that finishing, and that keeping the ball in position and making sure that you are there for your team. Bukayo Saka was unbelievable. He was backtracking as well. Unbelievable. 3 cheers for Unai Emery, because I believe Europa League is his thing. He just manages to turn around every single atmosphere, every single situation where everyone is thinking, Emery should be sacked, Emery should be out. Out comes a Europa League game, and he is right on from the top drawer, removes a 3-0 kind of a performance, and everyone is like, "Shut the fuck up, Emery is our man," and he just turns it around. Unbelievable from Unai Emery as well. He's changing the philosophy at Arsenal. Okay? He's changing the brand this season, because it was more about offensive football. It was more about trying to be offensive, trying to be more the possession type of football, wherein you're roaming, looking for a sign and situation wherein you can land one goal at the back of the net. This time around, we are playing a counter-attacking type of football. I can see that. I can see the goals that came yesterday. It was all about the counter-attacks. And Unai Emery is making sure that Aubameyang is ready, and so are the fullbacks. Every person, most probably our attacks are coming more from the wings and flanks towards the width. It's happening, guys. I think we are trying to be a team that scores more goals from a counter-attacks. And that is a different kind of philosophy. For all the people who were talking about what is the philosophy at Arsenal, we are trying to be a counter-attacking team. And I saw that yesterday. And I would love to see how exactly we go forward against Aston Villa, but I believe that's the message that's being portrayed out. That's what came to me. Moving on, talking about the substitutions, Dani Ceballos came in. I don't think so he did much. It was okay. He was okay. He didn't. His coming in did not have much of the impact. Moving on, Ainsley came in. He was decent as well, but the most impactful person who came in was Nicolas Pepe, because there were more expectations. He got an assist for the second goal of the great goal scored by Saka. I see him to be a little bit of scratchy, but I think at this hour, at this moment of time, I would want every Arsenal fan, if you're on Twitter or if whichever social platform you're in, go and find Nicolas Pepe and send him your best wishes, because I believe there's no confidence level down. No, I know that kind of a player is definitely going to come back with his performance. He needs his first goal, but you guys need to support this guy right now because he is on the brink of doing something really special. I can sense that because he was playing so well. He was quite free. There was a moment where he was pulled and the player got booked for pulling him because he outran the player and he was ready for a counter attack. He was doing good. And I believe Unai Emery is changing the whole philosophy of Arsenal into adjusting Nicolas Pepe into the team because he was really a good counter-attacking weapon at Lille last season, and I definitely want to see. I think Unai Emery is trying to do that and probably making us more of a counter-attacking team, and that's the reason why I believe that is the reason why we are letting the opposition team having more shots at us, so that defensively we try to improve. We should definitely not crumble upon the pressure, but most probably we need to come up with composure and better performances like yesterday that we had. Well, I have some little bit of stats for you guys. Since I think 19 October 2006, Eintracht never lost a home game. Never lost at home in the Europa League, ladies and gentlemen. And since 2006, they lost, I think, 1-2 to Palermo. They lost to Arsenal for the first time since 2006 at home, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bigger feat that we've achieved. Not only that, Bukayo Saka is the youngest player to score a Europa League goal for Arsenal. 18 years and 14 days, ladies and gentlemen. The youngest prospect. He's a star. He's a star in the making, and he deserves that Premier League spot. I must say he deserves that Premier League spot. Moving on, Aubameyang, you can see an image, ladies and gentlemen. Aubameyang is happy when Willock scored, and that is the reason why we need role models like Aubameyang, because these guys, you can't hate Oba. You can't hate Oba. He is just a gem of a person that came in an Arsenal jersey, and I'm in love with the guy. He's superb. Moving on. Tierney and a bit of news. Kieran Tierney and Hector Bellerin will play under 23s today. So be happy, because if they get good amount of minutes, probably you can see them being substituted. Probably they can come in the Villa game, or if not, probably some other game, because we are having flurry of games before the Christmas break. I would really like to see Kieran Tierney. I'm dying to see him, and Hector Bellerin back on the pitch. Moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, some importantly great statistics for you guys. Bukayo Saka, here's an image. He scored 1 goal, 2 assists, 25 passes, 72% pass accuracy, 2 shots. That means 100% shot accuracy. Has 5 key passes, 3 dribbles, 1 tackle, 1, and that led to a goal. That was an unbelievable tackle. 5 chances created, 8 touches in the opposition box, 3 take-ons completed, ladies and gentlemen. He's not the man of the match. He's definitely the team. He should enter the team of the week of the Europa League. It was an unbelievable performance from Bukayo Saka. Moving on, Arsenal become first English team to beat Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany. Chelsea could not do that last season. We are the first English team to beat Eintracht in Germany. And also there's an image, as I said to you, that Aubameyang missed the Chambers assist. Aubameyang and Chambers having really, Aubameyang is definitely apologetic about what exactly happened, and Chambers said it's okay. I think it's a good level of banter. It's a good level of understanding. Shows really great that mentally we all have definitely been together. And some really important stats coming your way. The total shots taken by both the teams: Eintracht 24, Arsenal 16. Shots inside the box, 15 from Eintracht, 14 for Arsenal. Shots outside the box, 9 for Eintracht, 2 for Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. These are the news that I've got, and this is the views of mine. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. You're going to get a special video on that as well tomorrow. And stay tuned, because you know that what you're going to get today evening. Arsenal's main manager, Unai Emery, be getting roasted for his substitutions. Roast of the week, today's evening's video. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, be a part of this community, comment and let me know what you felt about yesterday's game, Eintracht versus Arsenal. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.